Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to another beautiful day in Stardew Valley. It is sunny today. Tomorrow is sunny. Tomorrow is also the first of summer. It is a bad luck day, but that's fine, because we're probably not doing too much outside of being on the farm today. We did learn how to make an omelet. Very nice. Alright, so all of our iron has completed. We're picking up exactly where we left off yesterday. We're trying to get enough items to where we can make 6 more sprinklers. That is going to be the goal. We want to make 6 more sprinklers. I forgot to open my chickens. No. I reshut it yesterday. I thought I forgot to open it. I didn't. I shut it back. Hold on. Did I pet all 3 of them? Yes. Okay. We'll go ahead and put chicken egg for some mayonnaise. Let's head to our cave to see if we have got anything new. But ideally, we'll finalize our plot. We do have a wild plum. Ideally, we'll finalize our growing area today. It's gonna look a bit like this. Minus a few areas that are currently filled in that won't be, and some areas, well, now all the areas are filled in properly, but there are some areas that are filled in that won't be here. So, get these last 3 quartz going. I don't know why I opened that chest back up. I forgot I grabbed exactly enough to do what I needed to do. And then let's head down and talk to the traveling merchant and the traveling cart to see if she has anything that we might be interested in. Then we'll go talk to Clint so we can get our pickaxe. Hello. Oh, she does have a rabbit's foot. Okay, so the problem... a rabbit's foot can be very difficult to find. So it's not a bad idea to grab one here. I am probably gonna take that. Wait, hold on. No, the only thing you need a artisan's rabbit's foot for is for the enchanter's bundle. That's right. I might take that. Oh goodness. Oh goodness gracious. That might be worth taking. We took it. The rabbit's foot is good for the enchanter's bundle, as you saw. It is one of the harder ones to get from animals, but honestly, it's not too hard to get from a serpent. It might have been a better choice to not do that and just bank on getting it from a serpent, because the serpents drop them a lot. So I probably didn't need to do that. Probably didn't need to take it at all, but that's fine. We had some money to spare, so it's not the end of the world if we use it getting a rabbit's foot. Now, questions we have. Are there any quests? Yes, there are. What is today's quest? That is not what I was looking for. The monster known as ghosts. Slay 2 ghosts. I can probably slay 2 ghosts. I think that shouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna grab the forage that's around. We're gonna go ahead and pick up our copper pickaxe. Thank you, Clint. And then we'll head back to the farm. I'll grab the daffodils that are here. This maple syrup hopefully will be ready soon. Maple syrup does take a while, to be fair. Go ahead and throw our daffodils in there. And get all of the materials for us to make our last 3 sprinklers. There we go. And now we can put one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, and one there. Is it the most beautiful layout ever? No, nah, it's definitely not. It could be better, but it is a functional layout that will give us a fair amount of crops. And that is all I really need right now. Now, first and foremost, let me get some more ores. We're starting to run low on iron, and we are starting to run low on gold. But that's okay. We're not too worried about that because we can get them fairly easily if we need to. For now, let's go try and find some ghosts. Hey, look, there's one. I'm also going to look to see if there's any iron here. There's some gold. No iron here, though. All right. Let's check floor 65. Hey, look, there's a ghost. There's no dust sprites. But that's okay. We got the ghosts. That was what we were looking for, so that was way easier than I was expecting it to be. I'm going to be honest about that. I thought that was going to take a while. Maybe not a long time, but I was expecting it to at least take a little bit of time. Wasn't expecting we'd go in there and find both ghosts in less than a minute. It might have been a minute. Either way. And then, of course, tomorrow, we're going to be very busy with setting up, well, getting everything planted for summer. That's going to be... Yeah, I didn't think I could break that yet. That's going to be one of the main things we're doing tomorrow. That's going to be probably... It might even be the only thing we do tomorrow, depending on how long it takes. Hopefully it won't take that long, but... You know, you can never be too sure. Alright. Gonna grab all of the forage that we can get around here. Hi, Leah. Since it is the last day to get the spring forage, we might as well make use of it and grab all of the spring forage. I'm just glad we were able to get our farm set up for tomorrow. I probably should go by the museum so I can grab the watermelon seeds. What I am going to do is I am going to devote most of the real estate on our farm to blueberries. We'll have a fair amount of watermelons on there too. Or melons. I guess they're not watermelons, they're melons. We'll have a fair amount of melons on there too. But I want to do mostly blueberries. Because blueberries give you a chance at an extra harvest. You never have to replant them, so I won't have to buy a bunch more seeds. Which will save me some money. I just think they're worthwhile. Now, I will of course have to get enough melon seeds to be able to get the 5 gold quality melons, so we will be trying to do that at least. But most of our efforts will be put into blueberries. So I'm gonna go ahead and head over to the museum to grab our melon seeds from Gunther. And in summer, we're gonna do our very best to get enough turn-ins to the museum so that we can get pumpkin seeds from Gunther. Shouldn't be too crazy. But there's 9 melon seeds. I have 15 total sprinklers. So I should have 120 plots. The 120 plots, I could put 40 of them towards melons. Well, I'll still need to have 1 for hot pepper. What is it? 1 for hot pepper and 1 for tomato. Yeah, 1 for hot pepper and 1 for tomato. So we can do 58 melons, 1 hot pepper, 1 tomato, and 60 blueberries. That is assuming that my math is correct and that we do have 120 plots, but that should be right. Let me double check. Yeah, because I got 15. I've got 15 sprinklers. So with 15 sprinklers, it should be 15 times 8 because there's 8 plantable spots around a sprinkler, right? Yep. So my math should be correct. 120 should be correct. So yeah, we'll do 58 melons and 60 blueberries, 1 hot pepper, and 1 tomato. And that'll be our crop plan. Oh, I'm on the wrong place. That's why it wasn't working. That'll be our crop plan for summer. In summer, we'll also have a goal to get our coop upgraded to the max level. So that way we can go ahead and get a rabbit, as well as get ourselves a barn. So that coming into fall, we'll have a chance to get the wool that we need to finish 1 community center. So coming into fall, so basically what we want to do is going into fall, we want to have the capability to do both of these. We only need to do 1. Probably only going to be the regular milk. Probably not even going to look at the goat's milk. And then the capability to do these. Because this is almost ready. Well, soon we'll have the maple syrup we need to be able to make the honey. So that'll be checked off. This will be the rabbit, which we should be able to get once we have the upgraded coop. If we can get a barn, we can get the cheese. With these 3, we will only need 1 of these items to come from our bat cave. And that's a lot easier than waiting on multiples. With the upgraded coop, we already have the duck egg already working, and we can get the wool from the rabbit. So that gives us these 2, meaning we'd only need 1 of these. A large milk is not hard to get from a cow. So if we do it exactly like that, and we are able to get our barn, we're able to get our coop fully upgraded, we're able to get the barn down in summer, then we have a high probability of finishing the pantry area come fall. Now, it's entirely possible that sometime between now and the time that we get our barn, we could have the traveling cart bring us what we need. Either a large goat milk, a large milk. But that's not as sure of it. Now, that's just to make sure we finish the pantry. If we want to finish the entire community center, this is where our problem lies. Because we have to get a truffle. And you can't get a truffle in winter. Which means we would need a fully maxed out barn in order to be able to finish the community center in year 1. Perfectly possible. We can definitely do it. I don't know if we're going to make that effort. Or if we're just going to hope on the traveling cart to have the truffle that we need. But the coop is going to be our first priority. The barn will come later. And it's not strictly necessary for me to clear all of this space. Just because I don't really have a lot of usage for all of it. But these are areas that I could put a barn later. So I'm going to keep doing it in case I decide to put a barn there. So it may sound like I'm kind of min-maxing my farming, and maybe I am a little bit, but like at the same time, this is actually the way I always play Stardew Valley. I think about these types of things and do all of this math and all of that, and that's how I have always played this game. It's the way I enjoy playing it. Maybe to some other people it's a bit strange, but that's how I like it. Anyway, 11 o'clock at night. Apparently I've already pet the cat again. And we're ending the day. No level ups today. But we did make ourselves about $1,000. Actually, $1,006. So, can't complain about that. But that's going to do it for another day. And it's going to do it for the end of our first season in Stardew Valley. One day at a time. I hope you've been enjoying the journey. I hope you had a good time today. I hope you had a great day. I hope you'll continue this journey with me as we continue onwards toward perfection. And I thank you all for being here. And if you're continuing this journey with me, then I guess at this time all I can really say is I'll see you tomorrow.